I've been sick the past couple days. I was supposed to drop a video on Monday, even Sunday, but I didn't end up doing that. I'm not even gonna lie, that wasn't even because I was sick. I was kind of lazy, I'm not gonna lie. But we got a yacht video today, and it's about something that, um, I was about to say I wanted to talk about on the main channel, but I don't really think so. This is another yap thing that I see a lot of people talk about. Actually, you know what? I would talk about this on the main channel. I have a video idea called like um debunking all JJK myths in the community or something like that. And this is gonna be one of them because people, not people. Okay, when I say people, it sounds so like degrading. Okay, in my opinion, I'm just gonna say in my opinion, Sukuna uses Orokin and Slash. I think it's pretty clear that Sukuna uses Orokin and Slash multiple times, but to some people, he uses it once, which is kind of crazy. Yes, I've seen that. I've seen people say like twice, obviously including Gojo, but like once against Kashimo. Oh damn, I have the wrong page actually pulled up for this part. Oh my gosh, we have to talk about a lot actually. This is gonna be a long one. I forgot about this part. Okay, we'll talk about a lot. Yeah, there's some people who say that he's used it once, other than against Gojo. I think he's used it. Hold on. How many times is that? He uses it once against Gojo, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think he uses it 5 times in Shinjuku. So I'm just gonna go over that, right? The first thing I want to go over is the binding vow that Sukuna undertook against Gojo. Basically, damn, I should have. Damn, let me do this real quick. I'm gonna open this up for reference. 235. So in chapter 235, we see Sukuna state after the hollow purple, he has one arm, and it's told to us that for Sukuna to use World Kind of Slash back here, he would have to use the Enmatan hand sign, which is the one that he uses for his domain expansion, right? And obviously, he can't do that with one arm or one hand, one arm, one hand, right? He can't do that. So he had to. Damn, man. Motorcycles are so annoying. Anyways, like I was saying, yeah, he couldn't do the Edmonton hand sign because he had only one hand. So the binding vow, we're just gonna read it out. Actually, should I get Lightning's translation? I'm gonna go get Lightning's translation real quick. All right, chat. If y'all don't know who Lightning is a translator. He actually translated chapter 236. Very luckily he did that because I don't even know how badly John Wary would have just absolutely cooked chapter 236. Let me just put some proof on the screen. Actually, you guys see this. Actually, no, I'm gonna just duplicate this, bro. Come on. I gotta lock in. You know what I mean, bro? I gotta lock in. Yeah. Lightning. So he's very he's probably the most reliable translator out there. All right, more than even TCB, right? So let's read the binding vow that Sukuna undertook against Gojo under this circumstance. To activate the dismantle that splits the world kind of slash, with cursed. Okay, world kind of slash. To activate world kind of slash, he needs the hand seals of Edmonton, same as those of Malevolent Shrine. However, in his previous form with only one arm left, Sukuna needed to make a binding vow to cut down Satoru Gojo. This would also impose additional activation requirements afterwards, right? So the binding vow is that he can shoot it without actually having to use the hand seals, but in return he has to activate it with additional requirements afterwards. All right, so yeah, I love that. I love that binding vow. Freaking love it. But anyways, let's continue. At the present, now, the oh my goodness. At the present, World Cut and Slash requires both Edmonton hand seals and Curse Chant. In addition, The direction of his curse technique must be set with his palm. All right. Let's just read this so I can see if there's some disconnect. In order to activate the broad, in order to, in order to activate World Cutting Slash, yada yada yada. Yada yada yada. Presently, on top of both the Emerson hand sign and chance being required, the trajectory of the technique must be specified via his palm. Yeah. So when you first read this, I guess this translation kind of implies that it has to be at the same time. This doesn't really imply that to me, right? But in context, it's like, okay. Look, okay, I gotta explain this because there's two different reasons why I like that binding vow, right? The first reason why I liked that binding vow back then was because, you know, when I first heard about this, when this chapter first dropped, I was like, oh, so basically Sukuna shoot this World Cutting Slash, and under normal circumstances, via, like, for reference, like him not having a second form that has 4 arms, he would never be able to use World Cutting Slash again because it's saying you have to do all 3 at the same time, right? And you can't do that with 2 arms, right? But then I was like, okay, that doesn't make sense. That just does not make sense, right? Because at the same time, it's not like Sukuna literally made a binding vow to insta kill Gojo. Gojo had a chance to dodge it anyways, right? So it was just like a last effort thing. If he failed to do that, it was cooked. It was done. You know what I mean? So the reason why I have to say that is because it would make no sense for him to give up literally the entire technique just for a little bit, just to shoot it once. You know what I mean? Like, World Cutting Slash is strong, but like being able to shoot it once without any without any requirements is not like, it's not I don't think the drawback is as great as that, okay? Again, World Cutting Slash is pretty strong, but like never being able to use it again after you just shoot it once, I mean, come on. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I no longer think it's, oh yeah, you need 3 arms to do it. I think it's just it's as easy as it's as simple as, okay, you do that and then you specify the direction of the curse technique, right? And now we're gonna go over the examples of it, and we know this is specific. Like, this is the only one we know directly is World Cutting Slash. All right, boom. Right, World Cutting Slash, boom. We know it is, and we're seeing the requirements being fulfilled. Right, we have it's right here. We have the Emerson hand signs, and we have the chance, right? I mean, by the way, he's doing the Emerson hand signs, and then he's doing the chance, so it's like, it's not even at the same time. And then he's shooting with his arm. Right? And it's like, okay, what you can say, like, people take this, right? And they say, like, okay, it has to be at the same time, right? It has to be simultaneously. But at the same time, it's like, Sukuna has access to 4 arms. Like, why wouldn't he just do this? You know what I mean? Like, it would be easier to just do this. He has access to 4 arms, right? It's way, like, you know what I'm saying? He has access to 4 arms, so why not, like, do it at the same time? So that's the first version of it, right? Second time we see him do it, people say, not people, I've seen only one person say this isn't a World Cutting Slash. I think it's pretty obvious that this is, bro. He's doing the hand signs, he's doing the chants, he's specifying the, you know what I'm saying? He's specifying the trajectory, and it even just yells out dismantle. So yeah, that's a World Cutting Slash. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like, I think that's pretty blatant, bro. So now we get into the most controversial version of the World Cutting Slash. Oh wow. Actually, no, before we get into that, this is not the World Cutting Slash. Okay, because I forgot that people were talking about that. We'll go to chapter 255 for this, because it's just like, it's just so ridiculous. This is unprecedented. Like, oh, I gotta show you guys what I was seeing, bro. Hold on. Damn, my dog's about to be tweaking in the back chat. My fault, but anyways. I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, no. Okay, I'm just gonna go over. Yeah. I'm briefly remembering what it was that. Oh my gosh, bro. I hope it's not that loud. I really do. I'm gonna pause until he chills out. All right. He's not chilling out, but I think it's gonna be a little bit more quiet, cause I closed like the door. Oh wow. Anyways, we're gonna ignore the noise, bro. Okay, we're gonna continue grinding, cause people don't want to. Leave me the heck alone, man. Damn, loud people in my house, man. Anyways, all right. My goodness, how many times have I paused this damn video already? Anyways, this world kind of this net of slashes, and here we go. Well, a scuff video, bro, but I'm not restarting it because we're already a little bit too deep into it, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, yeah, this net of slashes isn't world cut and slash. There's only two reasons I've seen people say it is world cut and slash. One is how it looks, because obviously it looks like this. It looks like this, right? But then we got this, so yeah, that's out of the question. And then this one's just like this one blows my mind, bro. People are saying, look, Sukuna throws Kajimo. That's what he said, bro. He's literally throwing him. That's why his hand is like that, cause he's I don't even have to explain. He's throwing it, but people are saying that Sukuna is moving his hands to do the hand size like this. What the fuck? Anyways, bro. This is not world cut and slash, okay? Damn. I don't like whatever, bro. It's not world cut and slash. Let's chill out. So yeah, I talked about this, didn't I? I did? Okay, now we're getting to the most controversial one. This one, right? So when when was I talking about this on Twitter? Was it when this came out or when 255 came out? I don't remember, but there was always like conversation about whether or not Sukuna hit him with a dismantle or yada yada yada. This is very obviously a freaking world cutting slash, bro. Like okay, look, all right. So the entire purpose of this scene is that Sukuna's going to. The entire purpose of the scene is that Sukuna's gonna shoot a world cutting slash. They have to stop him before he does that, so they have to pull his arms, rip out his tongue, yada yada yada, right? So that he can't, do the chants and do anything, right? He's talking about, this is not a good translation, but basically what Yuta says here in the real translation, he's like, oh, the world cut and slash is an advanced technique, so it probably requires hand signs and chanting, or maybe even both. So they have to like literally take away everything from him, right? They have to look, he's about to do the hand sign, they pull it apart, they rip out his tongue, they do all this, yada yada yada, right? The entire point of the scene is that Sukuna's about to let off a world cut and slash. If he does, they're cooked. Alright? If he lets off a world cut and slash, they're cooked. So they keep going, they keep going, they keep going, they keep going. They're going crazy actually, bro. Right? Jacob's ladder slashes his arm off. Right? And then boom. This is literally a win. If Yuji had that conversation that he had with Megumi later in the story, right? Like by the end, you guys know that conversation I'm talking about. If he had that conversation with Megumi, they would have won right here. It said that. Itadori and Okotsu's calculations weren't wrong regarding the structure of the soul, but when it came to the will to live, Megumi's soul had already what? Anyways, John Wary, bro, come on. Anyways, you guys see what I'm saying, right? They're about to win. Megumi sells the bag. Sukuna chants, all right, and Sukuna sends a world cutting slash. All right, The only contention is that he can't do his hand signs. He can't do his hand signs with the bottom two, right? We know that because they're both literally ripped off. The only way he can do that is because only Rika's holding it, by the way. Only Rika's holding his hands. But do you not realize that he's pointing at Yuta here? Sukuna's pointing at Yuta here with his right arm. This is his other right arm. It's ripped in half. So what arm is he using here, chat? Can a class guess? What arm is he using here to point at Yuta? Can someone guess? He's using this one. But how is Sukuna shooting with that arm if Rika's holding it? Because he freaking slashed Rika. Like, bro, what? Sukuna slashed Rika. And we literally see it. Rika's freaking slashed. That's why she's not holding on to his hands anymore. That's the entire point. Sukuna slashed Rika. What the hell am I hearing downstairs? Oh, bro. I'm sorry, chat. I get so distracted, bro. This is such a scuff video. My fault. But anyways. Like I was saying. He slashed Rika. And because he slashed Rika and he's able to freaking point at Yuta, what else did he do? He didn't slash it for this one arm. He slashed it for both. He does his chance. He charges up Curse Energy. And he shoots a World Cutting Slash. And the final nail in the coffin is the fact that they're both in front of Sukuna. They are both in front of Sukuna. Both Yuta and Yuji are both in front of Sukuna. Yuji takes these shallow ass cuts. But Yuta gets cut in half. They have relative stats. They have relative durability. Yuta gets cut in half because Sukuna's pointing at him. So only Yuta got an ab dismantle? Come on, it's just so dumb, man. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm being a little bit too harsh. That's so dumb to me, bro. You guys literally see Yuta and Yuji both in front of Sukuna, but only Yuta gets pointed at, and he gets cut in half. Yuji gets this shallow ass cut. Yuta gets cut in half, pointing at him. Only 2 times we've seen him point at someone. It was a freaking World Cutting Slash. The entire point of the scene is that he's going to shoot a World Cutting Slash. We see the chance that always accompany a World Cutting Slash, and he cuts Yuta in half. If this was an amp dismantle, all 3 of them would have took the exact same damage, but they didn't. Because you know why? Only Yuta took a World Cutting Slash. So yeah, I think that's pretty obvious. Yeah. We move on. He uses a World Cutting Slash against Maki. We get the chance for World Cutting Slash. 1, 2, 3. And we see him pointing at Maki right here. This is bad quality because this is Viz. Viz has always just pissed me off with the quality of their panels. I could probably open up Weep Central, but it doesn't really matter. This is Sukuna pointing at her. And he's able to do the hand sign like he did here. His 2 upper arms. World Cutting Slash. Shoots it at her and she dodges it. So that's another World Cutting Slash. Again, I don't see a reason why. I really don't see a reason why it wouldn't be a World Cutting Slash. Like, you know what I mean? I don't really see a reason why, so. Yeah, there is no reason why. Next. Utter proof that he doesn't need 3 arms. Sukuna literally just says, huh. This is such a bad translation, bro. Well, anyways, it's right here. Should I open the other translation? I'll open the other translation. So Sukuna shoots a dismantle without even moving. And Kuzukabe parries it. And he says, guess what's next? He says he's about to use the world cutting slash. Nothing really to argue about here. There's literally no reason for Gege to even write that. It's not like very funny. Very funny. Yeah, so yeah, he can use world cutting slash here. Just another example of that. And then more proof of what I was talking about. It's literally only ever said that Sukuna cannot use world cutting slash as soon as he loses 3 arms, or in this case, 2 left arms, two left arms. So now this one he can't use hand signs on, or this one. It's just 2. You know what I'm saying? He can't use hand signs with 2 right arms, and that's exactly what Yuji says. He can't complete the hand sign with only his right arms, and his reverse curse technique still isn't functional. So yeah, he used world cutting slash 5 times. Yeah, I guess the only one I really wanted to talk about was the Yuta one, and I went over in detail. Like the entire point of the scene is that Sukuna is going to use the world cutting slash, right? Like that's just it. That's the entire point. And they failed because of Megumi, and he uses a world cutting slash. That's pretty blatant. You know, he's using this arm, and he's free from Rika because he slashes Rika. You know, it's just a whole bunch of stuff that goes into it. Is there anything else I want to talk about here? What should I even name this video? This Yap video? I have no idea. I don't know. I do not know, chat. It's funny. Actually, let me just hammer down what I was saying about how like it's only stated that Sukuna can't use world cutting slash after he loses his arm, because the reason why this statement is here is because he's about to lose his arm that gives him access to world cutting slash. All right, so like I had to like yeah, just hammer that point in. It's only ever stated because he loses that arm. So yeah, chat. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If I'm stupid or something. Like and subscribe, bro.